Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be comparing TOCA with Avatar World. Please excuse how I sound, I'm currently ill once again, as it seems to happen all the time during winter, so my voice may sound a little funny. Also, I love these games both regardless of how they compare to each other, so there's no hate towards the creators of these games. So let's begin. This is going to be part 1 as there's quite a lot of similar locations, and also I just want to quickly say all the locations shown in this video in TOCA World are bought, whereas all the locations and things in Avatar World are free. So to begin, let's look at the Avatar World character creator. So the first thing I noticed about this character creator is the animations that the characters do. I think it's absolutely so cool, and the animation style is so smooth and it just looks awesome. I think both TOCA World and Avatar World have the same amount of color selections, although they allow for color selections within clothes that TOCA World does not. They also allow for fewer hair selections, but the hairstyles are, I think, more unique than TOCA World. So this is just me creating my character in Avatar World, and I do think a lot of the accessories and clothes are more anime styled than TOCA World, and I think TOCA World is more modernized. But I so far absolutely love the animation style and how they're constantly moving, compared to TOCA World that is just kind of standing still and it's like a doll. I also like how in Avatar World they have sets like this. For example, I put on dungarees, and they also have separate accessories like capes. And I love how they arrive on the train. This is a character that I created earlier, which I will be using for the rest of this video, but in TOCA World they arrive into the character creator house. Next, let's check out the TOCA World character creator. So as you can see, it's a lot more simpler than the Avatar World one is. I do think because these settings are more primarily based for kids, whereas Avatar World is maybe the teen audience of TOCA World. And by teen I mean maybe 12 to 15-ish, if that makes sense. They have a lot more face options, like nose options, eye options, than Avatar World gives. As well as you're allowed to change the colour of the nose and everything, but I think because Avatar World is more of a realistic doll, whereas TOCA World is its own style. Another thing I noticed when comparing Avatar World to TOCA World is TOCA World is significantly more glitchy than Avatar World. It's not too noticeable, but it's noticeable when you're trying to record videos. For example, if I was to turn screen recording on while on TOCA World, it would glitch, whereas Avatar World it wouldn't. Next, let's check out the Avatar World hospital. So compared to TOCA World's hospital is multiple floors, whereas Avatar World's hospital is only one. I also love how in Avatar World there are certain places that you can put your character and they can use animations for that area. By the door you could do animations of walking in, and on the chair you can do animations of sitting down. I also love the animation style of Avatar World and the style overall, and I think this realistic recreation of the doctor's office is very smart because it gets the younger kids ready to go to the doctors and to not be scared of it, as their characters have already went through the same thing. It is a lot more less in detail and a lot more cramped than TOCA World. For example, this is the only doctor's office you have, but I still love it. It also has a lot more medical utensils, I suppose, than TOCA World does. For example, if you look up on the shelf here, TOCA World does not have some of these things, such as I think it's the thermometer, but it does have the other things that it has, like the stethoscope and the medication. Both worlds have the baby room, whereas TOCA World is more of a delivery centre. This is more of a place to take care of your baby. It also has formula, which TOCA World does not. Avatar World also offers baby carriers, and then this is the pharmacy. TOCA World has a small pharmacy, whereas this is very in detail and it offers a lot of variety. Also, as you can see, the cashier is doing an animation that you can put your character there and they'll do the same thing, which I find absolutely awesome and great for roleplay videos. Next, let's look at the TOCA Life World Hospital. So, as I said, the TOCA Life World Hospital has multiple floors. Sorry if you hear my dog, he's just came into my room. But the first floor is the basement, where the ambulance comes in and you have a little secret area. The second one is the reception. The third one is just the checkout area. The fourth one, I believe, is the baby area. And the fifth one is the family kind of area for overall emergencies, I suppose. This one I feel like is very much more centered for children. For example, all these accessories, but this game was made, well, the TOCA Life World Hospital game was made when TOCA Life World was more a children's game, if that makes any sense, whereas now it's mainly directed towards their somewhat older audience of like maybe 10 to 15, which I suppose isn't that much older. But that's one of the glitches I was talking about. The X-ray, I don't know if that is the case for anyone else, but it does not work for me and it's just glitchy the entire time. But TOCA Life World is overall more in detailed with their hospital, offering multiple floors and offering areas like the children's hospital, if that makes any sense. This can also get children used to the hospital because it shows a variety of floors, as many hospitals do have. It also offers more of a variety for roleplay videos, as you can have your character get a scan for a baby, have the baby, compared to Avatar World where it's just a little area where they can take care of the baby. But we had to keep in mind that the Avatar location is free, whereas this is not, so it's probably going to be more in detail anyway. Next, let's check out the Avatar World Playground. So this is the school playground for Avatar World, and it is so much bigger than our school playground in TOCA Life World. What I find really cool in Avatar World is you have this phone, and if you press on it then you can spawn any character, compared to the TOCA Life World little street crossing that we have at the bottom. This playground has so much. You can garden, have some lunch, you can play some football. I don't know if this game's American or not, but again, if you give your characters certain items, like for example these pom-poms, then they'll do cheer routines and they get a bunch of animations. I really find these animations so cool. Like when I put my character on this mat, then it gives animations to do. And also if it's on the football pitch, then when you're moving it, it runs, rather than TOCA Life World where it's just like a doll. Also, if I gave my character then the football, then she was able to do kicking animations and animations like this. I really think that the animations is one of the things that makes Avatar so different from TOCA Life World, because TOCA Life World is like a paper doll, whereas Avatar World is more of an animation kind of thing that you see like on a YouTube channel or something. I was slightly upset there was no animation for this hopscotch though. But so far I think Avatar World is somewhat better for YouTube roleplays if you're filming videos, whereas TOCA Life World is better just playing the game by itself. Because while the animation is amazing for making YouTube videos, the lack of animation in TOCA Life World also offers more of a variety for the imagination, because there's not set things to do with them, if that makes any sense, but it's still absolutely amazing. Next, let's check out the TOCA Life World Playground. Like I said, the TOCA Life World Playground is a lot smaller than the Avatar World one. This playground was originally in the TOCA Life School game, which was only a few pounds, and it was included with the school, the cafeteria and a house, I believe. But in this area we just have a little basketball area and a football court. Next, let's check out the Avatar World School. So Avatar World is very set out and it has interactive things, like for example this little potato experiment, and when the characters are sat down at their desks they're able to complete animations. Their whiteboard is also able to be written on, but because of the small chalk it is more in detail than TOCA Life World is. This more advanced animation and more advanced style I do believe is aimed towards an older audience than TOCA Life World. Next, let's check out the TOCA Life World School. So in TOCA Life World, this school location is all one big area, so you start off with a bunch of desks. Like I said, the TOCA Life World whiteboard is also interactive, but the pen is like bigger, so it's more easier to write, but does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyway, but it's very much more childlike animation, which is good for younger audiences. Anyway, if you move over the you move over the right. Anyway, you move over to the right, then there is a little science area where you can complete science experiments. Then there's also lockers, a reception, and toilets. I don't know whether this is more in Avatar World a separate location, but in TOCA Life it's one. Next, let's check out the Avatar World Sports Court. Now, this is something that is definitely smaller than the TOCA Life World Sport Court, but this one has so cool animations that essentially if you give your character a basketball and then use the animation to shoot, then they will shoot, and depending on where they are on the sports court, they can either aim right or miss, which I find absolutely amazing. It's so cool and so good for videos and just YouTube and social media overall. It is quite a small location though. Next, let's check out the TOCA Life World Sports Court. Now, in TOCA Life World, we don't have a sports court by itself, I think, apart from the sports stadium. This is on the top of the activity house, as it was the only basketball court that I could find. But as this is bigger, it has a lot more stuff, it has a lot more cheer uniforms, and also I do like the fact that it has a sports wheelchair. As this is on top of the activity house, it also has the spray paint area as well as a little house. It also offers other sports equipment, so you can change the basketball court into maybe a rugby court, that kind of thing. Next, let's check out the Avatar World apartment. Now, this is only one of the Avatar World houses provided for free, but going into it, I think it's so cool that the mirrors work. Like, you can see whatever you put on the other side of the mirror in the mirror. That is awesome. So far there is a bed, a shower, a kitchen, and I think another bedroom. I can't remember when I'm editing this. But when you come out the shower, then the character drips water, which provides more animations, which I think is cool because it's quite realistic. And then moving on to the other side, here is the living room. They have Avatar World versions of real life songs like Pink Floyd. The little animals also have animations. And moving over, here is the kitchen. The kitchen also has animations, I believe, but on the other side of the kitchen is a little garden area where you can plant things. And then in the apartment there also is another room, which is a little kids room. The little kids room is so modernized, as it has a bunch of gaming stuff like this little gaming dance thing which they can do animations on, and it has a so cute gaming setup, and it also has a little hangy down thing from the top which holds teddies, which I suppose are supposed to be squishmallows from real life. Also, one thing I found so cool is that if you put the scissors with something else, then you can actually make stuff in the game. This kid, I suppose, is a content creator, as you can see the little setup there. They also have the same thing as TOCA Life World, where they have a radio where you can change the music in the room. In this room there was also a secret where you had to collect 4 of the teddies and then put them on there, and then you get a secret character. Next, let's check out the TOCA Life World apartment. Now, I didn't know what house to compare this with in TOCA Life World, because we don't really actually have that many houses apart from the TOCA Life World house creator, and I wanted to do a house that was already pre-made, but we don't actually have any houses that aren't apartments, I don't think so. So I decided to compare it with this apartment where you have a twin bedroom, you have a bathroom, a kitchen, another bedroom, and then a place on the balcony where you can garden. Next, let's check out the Avatar World mansion. So compared to TOCA Life World, this mansion is set out and is not part of like a house creator or anything. This mansion is very modern, as you can see by the oven turning dark whenever you close it. I think it's one of those fancy things. Do you know what I mean? I hope you do. Anyway, but on the bottom floor you have a kitchen, a living room, a piano that the characters can interact with, there we go, and you can play 3 different songs. And then on the other side of the bottom floor you have a pool. It took me a while to be able to inflate this thing, so just bear with, because I was very confused on how you're meant to do it. It was quite confusing, but I eventually got it, and I inflated this little floaty that you can put in the pool. And on the other side of the pool is a diving board, and next to that is a barbecue area. as well as a little food stall kind of thing. And then if you head upstairs, then there is a bedroom. It's like this big master bedroom as well as this huge bathroom. And then this also has this huge wardrobe. Also, I mentioned earlier how TOCA Life World has some glitches. Avatar World also has some glitches, as you can see there. For some reason, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, I get some black squares everywhere, but I don't know if my game's just not loaded properly or something. Next, let's check out the TOCA Life World house. Now, I know this is absolutely not a fair comparison because while in TOCA Life World we do have a mansion, it is in the house creator, so I didn't exactly know how to show that and compare it because it's not set out like the Avatar World one is, so this is kind of just a little filler one, but I do believe that TOCA Life World's mansion is good, and I didn't know how to show it because obviously I'd have to create it and then different styles. Does that make any sense? But yeah, so we do have a mansion in TOCA Life World, it's just in the house creator and it's not already set out. So like I said, this is part one of a few parts as there's many comparable things, but so far I believe that they both are amazing games. Just I believe that Avatar World is kind of for either the older child audience and definitely content creators because a lot of the animations are definitely good for creating content, whereas TOCA Life World, while it's also for content creators, it's more for the younger child audience. But both games are absolutely amazing, and I will definitely give a full review at the end of the videos where I compare the two. So wait for the next video. Bye guys!